Hello, my name is Dr. Ann Park, and I'm a psychiatrist who specializes in working with women. And today we're going to cover some tips for your emotional health that can help you to manage better during this really difficult and challenging time. So the three areas I want to cover today are movement, nutrition, and sleep. And I know that those are very basic, but we all know that even though they're perhaps seemingly simple, they're not always easy. So let's start at the beginning, and I'm also going to cover some sort of little extra tips that you can use to make these things happen more frequently in your life. The first area of movement. We know that 20 to 30 minutes 3 times a week of moderate to moderately vigorous exercise is a great starting point for good physical and emotional health. And one way to make this happen is to find a buddy who can hold you accountable to getting out and moving every day. Perhaps that's someone who can call you at the end of the day to make sure that you accomplished your goal, or someone who will go with you. Just remember to keep 6 feet apart. Now, how about nutrition? We know that whole foods, preferably single ingredient or just a few ingredients on the package, are much better for you than highly processed foods. So these would include things like lean meats, deep green leafy vegetables, or fruits. The nuts are also great. Avocados are great if you can get them. These are simple foods that we know impact how we're doing emotionally over time because they decrease inflammation throughout the body. And one way to improve your nutritional intake is to make a meal plan at the beginning of the week. So if you can write down what you think you're going to have for snacks, or maybe your 2 or 3 main meals of the day, it makes it much more likely that you'll reach for those foods instead of grabbing whatever you can at the last minute. The third area is sleep. So we know that sleep actually helps us to reboot our entire systems overnight, and yet many of us fail to get the adequate sleep that we need. Ideally, we should be getting about 7 hours of sleep a night if possible. And one way to do this is to just keep a simple diary or log of how much you're sleeping. A lot of times we think we're sleeping a lot better than we are, but if you can, track how you're doing. So write down what time you go to bed, write down what time you get up in the morning, and then try to stick to a consistent routine 7 days a week. So these are some simple things that all of us can do to improve our emotional health and make this journey, which is a marathon, as we live through COVID-19.